In this video, we will talk about the short answer questions task in IELTS academic reading. I will give you tips, strategy, and we will do a task together step by step. Hey everyone, this is Dori. I'm a teacher of English, and today we're going to familiarize ourselves with a short answer task of IELTS academic reading. A short answer task will look like this. Choose no more than 2 words and/or a number from the passage for each answer, and then you get a number of questions. In this case, we have only 2 questions. In these tasks, you have to answer questions about factual details in the passage, and obviously it tests your capacity to be able to find specific information. There will be a word limit in the instructions, as we saw in our examples, so make sure to underline it, circle it, highlight it, whatever you prefer, and never forget it during the task, because it's extremely important. If you forget it, you might lose valuable marks even if you answer correctly. So make sure that you're always within the word limit. The good news is that in these tasks, the questions follow the order of the reading passage, so you're not gonna get lost during your task. And if you're ready, let's go and do a task together. So here's the extract. We read and underline the title, the Collins English Dictionary. So we know that the passage is going to be about the famous dictionary. And then, as you probably know by now, we read and underline the first 2 lines of each paragraph. If you're new here, please do check out my skimming and scanning technique for academic reading. I will put all the links in the description box below, and the underlining of the first 2 lines of the paragraph will make much more sense. So let's go. The Collins English Dictionary was created by Collins Publishers, a prestigious British publishing up until here. So it's gonna talk about the dictionary and give information about that. I also skimmed through the paragraph very quickly for words that attract my attention, such as names, dates, numbers, repeated words that cannot be easily paraphrased. And in this case, we have a lot of dates actually, 19th century here, a lot of numbers, 160 years. Collins English Dictionary. Okay, these are names, but because it is our title, you might want to skip those. You can easily see them. Collins Publishers. Okay, maybe only one. 1969. Oh, I just saw 7 years. Why not? I will highlight that as well. Moving on. 1979. Another date that it is important. Oh, my eye also caught the word lexicographers, which is terminology. It is a word that cannot be paraphrased at all, or at least not easily. Okay, some phrases that attract my attention. It doesn't mean they will give us the answer, but they will act as landmarks to help us locate the answers in the text. Now, let's go back to our questions to underline keywords and recognize paraphrasing or potential traps. Here we go. Answer the questions below. Choose no more than 2 words or a number from the passage for each answer. Of course, we always highlight, underline, circle that, whatever works for us, but always we need to pay attention to that. And the first question is, how long? We definitely need to underline that. How long did Collins Publishers initially think it would take to complete the dictionary? Now, these are the words that I'm going to underline, and I want you to pay attention to initially. I didn't underline Collins Publishers because it's a given, it's our main name, it's nothing so important. But initially here needs our attention because we don't care how much time it actually took, but the plan they had their mind at the beginning. So we definitely want to underline this. Let's go to the next question. When was it when? We need when because obviously we need a date as an answer. Was it finally completed? So when was it finally completed? Finally is important here too. We want the final creation, nothing in between. So let's go back to our text to find the answer to the first question. How long did Collins Publishers initially think it would take to complete the dictionary? From what I remember from the first 2 lines, it didn't have any information about that. But because this task follows the order of the text, I will continue reading a little bit fast. Publishing house with a long history dating back to the early 19th century, okay. taking 160 years to first publish it. All right. How long did it take? Initially, it doesn't talk about the initial plan yet. So here we go, moving on. The original estimations for the Collins English Dictionary were much more ambitious. Okay, now we're getting there because we have original estimations. The original estimations is paraphrasing for an initial plan, what they had in their minds at the beginning. Collins publishers began the project in 1969, intending, another paraphrasing, their first intention to complete it in just 7 years. So their first goal, the initial plan, was to complete it in 7 years. So this is around. Don't let any other dates confuse you. I hope you agree. 7 years here. We check the word limit. We're fine. No more than 2 words and or a number. So it is correct. If you also prefer to write 7 instead of the number, in this case, again, it would be correct. So let's move on to the second question. When was it finally completed? Let's move on. Since, as I told you, it follows the order of the text, we will follow a little bit from where we left off. So, intending to complete it in just 7 years. However, the extensive nature of compiling a comprehensive dictionary, which involves detailed research, sourcing definitions, and ensuring accuracy, extended the timeline significantly. Okay, but we still don't know for how much longer. So the project ultimately took a decade longer than anticipated. Here's our answer. Let's move on, with the first edition being published in 1979. So this is when the project was finally completed, 1979. Let's go back to our question. When was it finally completed? In 1979. Of course, if you wrote, though, a decade longer than expected or than anticipated, or a decade longer, it would have been wrong. Why? Because look at the word limit. No more than 2 words and or a number. So you can't. If you like, you can just leave the number 1979 without the preposition in. Preposition in is optional here in this case. That's it for today. If you found this video helpful, please do like and subscribe and leave a comment. You can also follow me on Facebook and Instagram. All links are down below in the description box. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, good luck with your exam.